And I want to say this. When King Nebuchadnezzar had the dream, he knew when he will tell the magicians and all other people the pattern, they will tell him the dream. So he moved away from telling them the pattern. And he told them, any man who would know what I dreamt, and then he tell me the meaning of the dream is the one I will believe. And they said, we cannot do this. It is only gods who can do this, and gods are not with us. So he ordered all the wise men. Anybody who has claimed to be wise in the nation to be killed. And all of them were brought. And now the names of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were included. And even Daniel. That they were going to be killed. So Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they pleaded with the king. And they asked him to give them more time. That they talk to their God. Because they knew God can give you ideas that are behind or that can transcend human logic. So they went to God. And during that night when they prayed, Daniel had the revelation. And Daniel came with the answer and told the king the dream and told the king interpretation. Because he was able to understand what the human logic is not able to understand. He never needed a pattern to establish a solution. And that is why God is raising us as believers. We don't need to confine ourselves to the human logic. The way people have been trained. We have been trained to follow a particular way of thinking, and that is where creativity has been destroyed. That is why we have graduates who are leaving our institutions here and here, but the economies are going down. We have people, we are hearing titles everywhere, professors and all these, they are coming out, but the economy is not changing because we are releasing people who can only conform to logic. They have no creative thinking. They cannot create. They only depend on what is already produced for them to manage. And that is the problem we have even in our education setup. When it was set up in a situation that Africans were being trained to provide labor for the factories and for the farms or the works of the white men. They were not trained to own theirs. They were not trained. They were trained to be managers of bank. They never ask who is the owner of that bank. They are trained to be pilots. They don't ask who is the owner of that plane. They are trained to be managers. They don't ask who is the owner of that hotel. They don't ask all those questions because theirs is to provide. That's why we hear cries every time, job, job, job. Government provide job. Government provide job. That is the programming that we have been programmed. And if we are going to see anything better in our lives, we need to come out of those programs. The funny things about the logical thinking, it creates people who are great in academics. They are logical thinkers. It is the power of logical thinking that makes them answer the question the way they were taught by the teacher. It's the way they are logical. And that is why they answer those questions. So those who get A's and they graduate as the best, and we see them as the best, when it comes to performance, they become the worst. Because it requires more than logic for you to be successful and to be exceptional in this world. You need something extra than logical thinking. And that is why research has proven that at the end of it all those who are logical thinkers end up working for creative thinkers. And that is why we see now those who are creative are the ones who are able to change the systems and are able to change the world. I pray in the name of Jesus that you are not going to conform to the logical. You are not going to conform to what it is known, traditions. What do you know? What you met people doing, what you met the way of thinking, you don't establish to know why it happened in a different manner or why it should not happen in a different manner. And people will always react to you when you want to be different. When you want to walk in a different line, people will always react to you. When you ask questions why they are doing what they are doing, some of them do not have an answer. You ask somebody, why are you a teacher? They will not tell you. I say, my mother was a teacher. That's all. It is because your mother was a teacher, that's why you became a teacher. Why are you this? Because my mother, I saw this is what my mother was doing. You don't know the reason. You don't understand because you were not provoked to think. And even to ask your mother, why did you choose this career? Why did you choose this place? Why did you choose to do what you are doing? Why did you choose to do what you are doing now? I pray in the name of Jesus that we will be able to use our mind, our conscious mind, very well for us to move from where we are. That you can provoke your mind into thinking, to create ideas, and you can get solution for your problem, for the problems that surrounds you. That you may be able to move out of the logical line of thinking and go to the life of creativity. Because that is how the nature is programmed. When you start to become different, they cannot take you. They cannot receive you. They cannot entertain you because they don't understand. Because they are trained to think in a particular way. That is why when you see even the government now, they are fighting against the COVID-19. When you ask this, why are you doing this? It has been proven. There are some people who have done it in those other nations. They don't even ask for their own way. So we are victims of what others are doing, and we meet ourselves doing things that others are doing. Although it may not work for us, we do it because others are doing it, which is very wrong way of taking life. I pray that we will have men who are creative, men who can see the picture, who can go and behold the patterns of logical thinking, and they can go out of that box that he may be able to provide solution. And we will be able to accommodate ideas that are good, but they are not within the logical map. We don't have to wait until the logical defies for us to begin now to look for creative thinking. We have to accommodate it and make it part of our systems that we may prosper and become what we are supposed to become in life. I hope I'm talking to somebody this afternoon. I pray that God will open up your understanding. You know, you are not just natural. You have something special. You have the mind of Christ. You need not to conform to the logic. You are not supposed to move naturally the way things are seen. You are supposed to move higher in the heights of the Spirit. They may not understand you. They may not take it. But when they see manifestation, they would like to know what you did. And when you tell them, they will say, I have never seen this. Although they have never seen it, it is there. The fact that you have never seen something. That's why people, the fact that you have never seen something does not mean it does not exist. That's why some people say, better the devil I know than the angel that I have not seen. So the problem is that they have not seen the angel, but they have seen the devil. So you are used to what you have more than what you are supposed to have. What does the Bible say? What is revealed is not valuable as what is not revealed. And we walk by faith, not by sight. So you are supposed to see things that the human mind is not able to see. How do you see it? By the Spirit. So when you have the desire, it will trigger your mind to think, to create things. These things will begin to come for the achievement. Wishing will never bring accomplishment of your dream or set a goal, but desiring success or achievement with a state of mind that becomes obsessed by what you want to achieve will lead to planning and will lead you to have ways that can lead you to success. So when you are obsessed by what you want, when you are obsessed by that life, when you are obsessed by what you want to achieve, then you are forced to create ways that will lead you to success, that will lead you to where you are. And you will have what we call persistence. You will be moving from place to place without fear of failure. You don't even recognize it, or you don't think about your plan backfiring. Somebody said that I want to say it. Some business that have succeeded today, they were bad ideas to someone. But today, they have succeeded. And there are some good ideas which were good, but they were not successful because they were not executed well. So the idea, the way you execute it, is what it will matter. If it will bring the results or it will not bring the results. So the way you execute that idea, the way you implement it, the way you follow it until it is implemented, that is what makes you fulfill the idea or not. I want you to understand this. The devil is so wise Number one, he knows the way man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What will he do? He will attack your thinking pattern. He will attack your mind, your reasoning, your thinking. And when he attacks your mind, your reasoning, and your thinking, he will make you doubt. He will make you fear. The purpose of him attacking you is to either weaken your faith or totally destroy your faith. So when your faith is weak, a weak faith is equal as no faith. It will not take you to where you want to go. When the faith has been destroyed, you cannot move. You cannot move to where you want to go. So you will begin to have bad feelings. You will begin to have thoughts of failure. When you look at something, instead of looking at the success, you look at the obstacles. What do I go through? And when you look at obstacles are many, you abandon that idea. You look at obstacles, you abandon that idea. And that is why many people look at the patterns of the people who have failed, so and so. And people, they have all those resources with them. They will show you who has failed. They will show you the history and the pattern of the people who did not make it in life. When I came to MURANG'A, I met the people, the gatekeepers. They are very serious. The first information I was told that our churches do not grow in this town. And our pastors get frustrated and then get to stay here 3 months and they leave.